Good morning, good morning. Here we go. Let's get it. Let's get it. How's it going, guys? Of course, welcome to the most chaotic YouTube show on crypto YouTube. How you guys doing this morning? Of course, you guys come for the news, but you stay for the chaos. And of course, we bring you breaking news every single day as it happens. How you doing? How you doing? Crypto Quentin's here, says, what's up, Chaos Crew? What is going on, guys? What is going on? We got Nebs here. We got John the Doe. Scrub, the scrubbulous Scrub is here as well. How's it going, Scrub? We got to play a game. Let me know if you're up for today. I have some free time this afternoon. I could probably squeeze you in. Nebs, yes, I can't click on that link. I saw it though. It's pretty damn hilarious. Good morning, G-Dog in the house. Yes, good morning, good morning. Mario Gomez, good morning, Chaos. Yes, what are you, a land lover? No, I'm a pirate. Yes, I just ran out of my Kraken too. Yeah, I threw up a poll, guys. It is my birthday this Friday. I gotta pick up something because I am out of everything here in the studio. Yeah, it looks like Crypto Quentin wants me to pick up a white monster, huh? Why isn't that on my poll? I don't know. Is that beer? I don't know. I'm not a big beer drinker. You want my white monster, says Nebs. You guys are insane this morning. Easy, passing out the coffee this morning. Let's go. Let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Yeah, afternoon, family from the UK. Yes, Danny Nolan. Good morning, Danny. Good morning. Actually, it's afternoon over there, isn't it? Top of the afternoon to you. Crypto Quentin says, is it an energy drink? It's an energy drink? God. Gotcha. White monster and goth baddies, says Cody Bakula. Yeah, there you go. That's a hell of a night. Hell of a night. All right, guys, let's get into it. Bitcoin this morning, a little flat, a little low, a little sold off this morning. But you know what? I think GG. Whoa. Damn. $50 super chat incoming.
Money now. Money.
From John Doe, whoa. Thank you so much. Celebrating my birthday early today. Thank you so much, John. Thank you. Holy crap. I was not expecting that one. Good morning. Yes, early birthday morning gift. Oh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Yeah, and we're getting the day started on the right foot. Gamma Goddess, last night did something a little different. I had Gamma Goddess, Cody, and Nebs, and Danny on, Super Danny on last night. We lost a couple of them, but I was able to do something a little bit more fun last night. I was asking Gamma Goddess and Cody what their expectations were for the morning open, and Gamma Goddess hit it out the park with a sideways price prediction. So yeah, a little bit of fun last night. And of course, all of the updates to where we are with alien disclosure and aliens in the United States. As of right now, we are grinding down a little bit. It's possible we're going to see a little bit of a bounce or a dump right around 66.6. It's a 666, man. All the 666s. We've been messing around with that level yesterday, 666. More than likely, we're going to see a little bit more of that today as well. It could be a little bit of a fake out. Again, we'll have to wait till 10:30 to really see if this plays out in our favor or against our favor. It could be a good buying day. We'll take a look and see how the overall sentiment is here in a minute. We have about 5 minutes until the morning open, and just another crypto chaotic day. I do have a couple things to share with you guys. We have a statement from Bloomberg this morning on Christine Lagarde possibly ending her term soon. That would be nice. We won't have to see her ugly mug anymore. Let's see what you have to say.
Speculation is swirling that Christine Lagarde may step down early as ECB president, potentially before her term ends in 2027. That's according to the FT. The ECB says no decision has been made, but an early exit could narrow the field and favor established frontrunners. The ECB presidency is subject to intense horse trading as the EU governments haggle over potential candidates. Meanwhile, Japan plans to invest $36 billion in U.S. energy and mineral projects in a trade pact with President Trump. The first wave includes a massive Ohio gas plant, a Gulf Coast oil export terminal, and a synthetic diamond facility in Georgia. That one's fun. The investment kicks
Wow.
off Japan's $550 billion commitment aimed at boosting supply chains, energy output, economic security for both countries. I don't know how diamonds fits into that, but, you know, I guess it does somehow. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani is threatening to raise property taxes by nearly 10% to pressure Governor Kathy Hochul for more state funding. Hochul hasn't budged on her refusal to raise taxes on corporations and wealthy residents. The standoff comes as Mamdani works to close a $5 billion gap in his $127 billion budget.
All right, it's not about the only thing interesting going on as of this morning. Let's take a look at some of the headlines as well. We have about 2 or 3 minutes remaining until the opening bell. All right. Oil jumps more than 2% after Vance says Iran ignored key U.S. demand. Military strikes are on the table. Looks like we are going back in there. I think it was Jake the Snake. No, it was Super Danny. Last night we talked about it. Super Danny had shared with us that they're moving military into position. One of the largest air carriers is headed that direction. We already, I think it was 2 weekends ago, we already emptied our U.S. embassies, and we warned everyone 3 weeks ago to get the F out of the area. All right. So, looks like they are going to go back in there. Although the talks last week were productive, I don't know. We'll see where it goes on there, but it's not looking great. More, of course, uncertainty around these war efforts if they do develop further. As Walmart and Target head into different directions, all eyes are on their new CEOs. Both of them have new CEOs as of this year. Trump lauds Japan's pledge to invest $36 billion in U.S. oil, gas, and mineral projects. I've heard, too, that it's their overall investment right now is close to $500 billion, like $550 billion total, with everything they got going on right now between the two countries. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is set to testify in LA social media safety trial. U.S. Fed reverses course. Will review Moderna's modified flu vaccine application. Boo! All these flu vaccines. Boo! All these vaccines. Boo! All right. Anything else going on here? Berkshire Hathaway trims Apple stake, buys New York Times stock in Buffett's last moves as CEO. Nothing else really happening here. How is Warren Buffett's company doing right now on the grand stage? Let's take a look. We were just right above them with Bitcoin, yes, and still is. They did get a little bit of a resurgence there, but still far away from pushing us out in market cap. Bitcoin's still holding number 13 in the overall world stage. Remember when it was like down here, 5, 4, 5? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, those days are they're behind us now, at least for now, in the short term. All right. So anyway, oil jumps more than 2% after JD Vance says Iran ignored key U.S. demand. Military strikes on the table. And just a little bit of a breakdown of this here. Oil prices rose more than 2% on Wednesday after President Vance addressed this. U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner held nuclear talks with Iran in Geneva on Tuesday. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi described the discussions as constructive. That's the only thing I got out of that, guys. It's exactly what I just said. It's the only thing we got right now. He said that the talks yielded a general agreement on guiding principles. Oil prices closed lower Tuesday as traders interpreted the foreign minister's comments as a sign of the U.S. and Iran deal could still be reached. But as of right now, Vance said that Tehran has failed to address the U.S. Core demands. In some ways, it went well. They agreed to meet afterwards, the vice president told Fox News on Tuesday evening. In other words, it's clear that the president has some red lines that Iranians are not yet willing to actually acknowledge and work through. Trump reserves the right to force his diplomacy if it does not succeed in stopping Iran's nuclear program, Vance said. We do have a very powerful military. The president has shown the willingness to use it, and the vice president told Fox News. And yes, more saber rattling. We got to get over there, guys. The market bell's about to ring right now. Let's go. Here we go. Boom.
We put in gains yesterday. Can we do it again today? The market chop has been remarkable. The VIX at one point was near the highs of the year. So even though that volatility, if you just looked at the day's end price, it's like nothing happened. We're up 0.2% for both the S&P and NASDAQ. Russell 2000 going a whole lot of nowhere. As for bell ringers, this is an interesting one. Inflection. This is a SPAC brought by serial deal maker Michael Klein, which I believe
Never
it's
heard
this
of her.
gentleman over here. It's always hard to see on these screens. Yes, I believe that's Michael Klein. And then the CEO of Inflection. So this is a quantum computing company. So SPACs are back, baby. They're happening in full force. I wonder what that says about this market. Meanwhile, down at the NASDAQ, we have QuantumScape. QS is the ticker. They are a lithium battery company. 5 years, this stock is down 88%. That hurts, but with all the desire for, I guess, batteries and supply and industrials, they are beating the market. They're up nearly 30% year to date. So good for them. Let's look at some of the other stocks that we have in focus this morning. NVIDIA, those shares are up 1.7%. Meta has agreed to deploy millions of its processors over the next few years. Meta already accounts for 9% of NVIDIA revenue, so it's just deepening those ties. Maybe that's good news for NVIDIA, but bad news for Meta. Shares are down 1.5%. Palo Alto also getting killed this morning. Even though revenue topped estimates, it boosted its outlook. All of that not enough to impress investors. So it's been a shaky start to the year so far, but the equal weighted has done better. Maybe even international stocks have done better. Nadia Level is still with us from UBS. Nadia, how are you viewing the U.S. trade versus internationally? Geographically, where's it?
I'll give her a minute.
You know, we
We'll
still
see
think that
if
the
there's
U.S. is
anything,
attractive. We just want to have a more balanced
interesting, the foreign
exposure, some
markets.
cyclical exposure as well as structural and some defense. But when we look outside the U.S., we think that there's a lot of opportunities. That's just great news for investors. And it is not completely lost investors. You know, over the last year or so, we've seen outperformance outside the U.S. But a market that we're particularly, being constructive on has been Japan. And I think that the recent, election there, gaining that additional majority in the lower house by Takaishi and the LDP having now a 2/3 majority, that is going to help them implement those stimulus plans that they've put forward. Also, I think that it offers some political stability in the country. And when we look at it historically, Danny, you look back to the Abe days, you look back to the Kasumi days, you saw Topix rally after those large victories, up 20%. Now, we're not calling for 20% in the next 100 days, but we think that there's more to go to trade. And I would say it's beyond that. It's also fundamentals, right? You're seeing that cyclical recovery. I think you've been highlighting the deal that has been made between the U.S. and Japan and outcomes of that.
Yes. We've already covered all that, unfortunately. Okay. All right. Moving on. What else do we have this morning? Let's take a look at the overall fear and greed in the stock market this morning as we just opened. We still sitting around 32, 34, 36, still in fear. Yes, 38, coming up on 2 points though today. That's not too bad on the stock market. Crypto fear and greed and the Dixie. Dixie's still rising up. Holy hell on these trade agreements. Of course, anything positive for America will, of course, set the Dixie on the stage. 97.46 today on the Dixie. Again, it's not great to see this, and Bitcoin's probably going to be seeing a reaction to the downside today, guys. The downside. Let's take a look. Boom, there it is, continuing its leg down to about 67 flat this morning. This is the second day trading session in America, so it's possible we do still see a little bit of false flag sort of thing, or false move today. 67,100 as of right now on the day. We do still have about an hour until the manipulators come out and probably sink its teeth in a little bit more. Our pillow right now is on the floor, at the floor of this parallel channel. Jake the Snake is calling for this morning. I had a little bit of fun with you guys last night. Of course, Jake there on the table. Jake the Snake calling for a 65, retest the 65 this morning, which is fine. We haven't been down there actually in a week and a half, about a week. Weekend. That's the 12th. Pretty much a solid week. Pretty much 1 week. So, it's not too bad. Not too bad. If we do go back down and retest it again, maybe that'll be a double bottom. And then we can continue another leg up higher next week. That's the only thing I'm asking for Bitcoin. It just stay in this range here, for a solid 2 weeks. This Friday will be a solid 2 weeks. And that's going to be the hardest day to stay within this range because, we just don't know. What the rolling is going to be. If it's absolutely a nothing burger, more than likely we are going to chop up just a little bit because there's nothing really, no catalyst to bring us up or down on the news. We did have, supposedly, we had inflation data out today. I don't know. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't see no headlines. I don't know what that's all about. So I think today's going to be pretty much going to be a nothing burger. We're still waiting for Friday, which is going to be a 12% chance. Last time we looked at Polymarket, that is going to be, any sort of ruling in anyone's favor, and it would be not really good in Trump's favor, I think, at this point, according to Polymarket. Let's take a look at that over here. Supreme Court. The Supreme Court. Ruling tariffs in favor of tariffs by the 20th, which is Friday. Oh, it's up to 18% now. Look at that. We're up, about 6% on the day. And February 25th, we're looking at 53%, and March 31st, still hanging out around that 70% there for another month, ready to go. It'd be kind of interesting if we got both the Clarity Act and the Supreme Court decision on the same month. I wonder if, that'd be another way to suppress price, right? Say they go the absolute worst case scenario and say that no, they don't find Trump's tariffs to be lawful, and they got to start all over again with tariffs, and we're gonna be basically holding back the entire market yet again with another headline on the same time that we get the market structure bill. That'd be the perfect suppressionary tactic, in my opinion, for this market, and they've been doing a really good job doing that since 2022, and since the last bear market we were in with Gary the goddamn Goblin Ginsler. That's what I call him. All right. Anything else going on in the headlines? I think we pretty much covered everything over here. Let's take a look and see what other outlets are talking about. Let's see what CNBC has here on Squawk Box. Treasury yields. Talk about crude prices of oil.
Off on the prediction.
Kramer's got glasses on this
Great
morning.
interview with him in the Times over the weekend where he says AI doesn't need to be some kind of knowledge god. All it needs to be is as good as a really smart human, and then you put 100 million of those into play, and as he says, you end up with a country of geniuses.
Well,
that's where the results come from.
Well, I mean, if you go listen to Nikesh last night on Palo Alto, he says, look, it's right 95% of the time. Is 5% time, is that enough? And the answer is no. Jensen says it's only right 90% of the time. If I'm a fifth-year associate and I hand in something that could be wrong, I'm just going to lose my job.
Potentially will have to have a human in place. But let's not forget the exponential, which, by the way, Amode says we're coming to the end of. But the growth has been so dramatic in these models, in the pre-training and training, and now RL and inference. It just keeps going like that,
But
Jim.
in Amazon...
Yeah. Okay, it just keeps going like that. They don't have much to say. But it looks like tech is, of course, being bought this morning. And I guess that's good. That's good for us in the long term. So I guess we have to wait and see how the reaction is going to be. Let's see how Bitcoin's holding up right now. Still holding 67 flat this morning. And overall sentiment for crypto. How are we doing? It's about time. All right. Sitting in extreme fear, back at 8 again. Damn. Just another day in crypto. I'm telling you, man, when this all blows up, it's going to be hilarious. Okay, so maybe a little bit more pain, like I have in my thumbnail, guys. Maybe just a little bit more pain. Just a little bit more. Let's take a look and see what the overall market feels like. Are we going to see a bunch of a sell-off here on the day? Everything's down so far this morning, about 1% on the top 200. The top 100 right now sitting flat, at an average of like 0.5%, not even 0.5%. I think it's like a 0.1%. So let's see what else we have here. Down on the day, what's the most oversold this morning? Nothing really. I mean, it's kind of lackluster, to be honest. We do have World Liberty Financial coming out with a 26% pump on a single day. Stable up 12%. Kites up 12.5. Morpho 5, etc., etc. We're looking for opportunities here on the weekly. There's not a single thing. Everything's still up on the week. A decent amount, too. On average, we're looking at about almost a 10% average move here for most of these assets. Some of your favorites are up more than that, like 20, 30%. On the monthly, of course, is the only place we have to look at right now for opportunity. And on the monthly, we're still oversold. We're looking for 30s and 40s here, but not as oversold as we used to be just a few weeks ago. Remember when SWE was 50% off? Now it's only 38.4, but still looking pretty juicy, around 95 cents this morning. I actually bought a little bit this morning, DCA'd into that. There could be a lot more pain left to go, guys. We have to see how this all plays out by the end of the week, going into next week. IP Story also was down 70% at the beginning of this week on the monthly. So, again, some of our opportunities are starting to flee, right? So, this could be the last time, but, you know, I'm still betting on a little bit, just a little bit lower. Just maybe one more retest of 65, maybe one more retest of 60K, maybe a retest or a new commitment to 55,000, 58. And a lot of you guys in the chat are still calling for 55, 58K or lower. I know some of you guys want to watch the world burn. I do too, but not in that kind of way.
Satoshi started a fire in cyberspace. Take your fiat currency and feed the fire.
Yes, that's how I want to watch the world burn. All right. Let's see. Anything else going on here? The biggest moves here, I would say, are probably still going to be within the same ones we're talking about constantly here in the top 100. IP, ICP, SWI, and Solana. Those are still my top picks here on the top 100. Oversold the most here on the monthly. We still have XMR. Remember the whole entire privacy coin trade. XMR Dash still down roughly 50%. Be careful with those guys. Again, the liquidity kind of goes in and out of those projects like a hot mess. Yeah, they drop it like it hot and they move on to the next one. Speaking of the next one, that's in the top 200. River down 69% on the month. And where's the other one? I forget where. I don't know where the hell it went. All right, we're going to do the same thing over here in the top 200 as well. Right now on the day, River is the most oversold. Speak of the devil, it's down 21% on the single day. It looks like Capital is starting to leave that and probably going back to Zcash, Monero, and the other one, Dash. Yeah. Those guys. You know how it goes, guys. Humanity Token is the most oversold on the day with Jido. Jido's been one of our top picks for a while too. It's down 88% on the year. A lot of these coins have seen their more than likely bottom, right? Okay. Humanity Token's down to 8.3% on the single day, and Jido's down to 8.1. Looking for opportunities here on the weekly. We actually have some here. But yeah, it's still about the same. It's still River, again, oversold. 50% off on the week. It's insane. Layer Zero is down 36%. MYX is down 67% on the weekly, guys. And these are the only oversold products we have that are fitting our criteria, 15 to 20% off. Undead Games still, of course, going down, as Axie Infinity as well, and all the other gaming tokens, since we did not get the last vote in on the market structure bill. Looking at the monthly, we're looking at 30s and 40s here, and there's still plenty of them. ZBEX still in that criteria, one of my favorites, oversold right now. 33% off. Barachain's down 31, but looks like the 50s are pretty much all gone, except for those trend tokens I keep talking about, like River, down 70% on the monthly. But yeah, other than that, there's hardly anything in here I'd be like super excited to jump on in right now. I'd be maybe again, I already DCA'd. I'm sure all you guys already started DCAing on the way down. Be waiting for a little bit lower prices, possibly, no guarantees, within the next few weeks. And then that might be it. But yeah, it's starting to really slow down. You have to really only look at the monthlies now, for the most part, on all these assets, to really find some diamonds in the rough here in the top 1 to 200 assets. If I had to pick one today, I mean, I think CBEX still in that Goldilocks zone. I don't see what else is here I would really want to pick up. IMX is not a bad project either, down 35, almost 36% on the month. I don't know. I'm still looking at the top 100 for the most opportunity. I mean, for God's sakes, SWI and Solana are 40% off still on the month. All right. Moving on, guys. Again, not financial advice, just my 2 cents on the move today.
I'd buy that for $1.
All right, let's get back over to Doomberg and CNBC, see what they're also talking about. I don't think that's live there. Madison Square Garden Sports. Yeah, sports. Armies love their sports, and I'm not looking at that there. Let's take a look at Bloomberg and see if they're talking about anything else relevant to our space. Meta. I'm talking about Meta. Meta will deploy millions of NVIDIA processors. Oh, that's interesting.
That is trained on NVIDIA's latest cluster. And obviously, Meta needs to lock in the supply. So it's I think, symbiotic.
That's a good point, too, because also Gemini, I mean, of course, they're using Google's. I mean, in all of this, will other companies look at the advances of Anthropic, of Gemini, and start to rethink their supply chain because of that they don't want to be too reliant on NVIDIA?
There is that aspect, but what NVIDIA is saying is our latest Blackwell chips will give you 30x more token output than our prior architecture from Hopper. So for the same unit of power, you can have 30 times more output. And so that throughput aspect of NVIDIA chips is always there, and that ties into how good the model will be.
All right, cool.
Trained on the latest chips. So really.
So yeah, if you guys want another, 50 series, maybe 60 series coming soon card, you're gonna have to pay like I don't know, how about $5,000 per video card? How about that? Love it. Never gonna build a new computer ever again. All right. What else do we have here today? Going back over to CNBC one more time. They're still talking about the same SHIT. All right. It's about almost 9:50 here in the States. Let's take a look and see what's going on over on crypto news. If there's anything breaking, I did take the day, off yesterday with Tinfoil Hat Tuesday from crypto news. So it is possible we do see some breaking news this morning that we had not covered last night. Let's find out. Cointelegraph coming at you first. Let's take a look and see. We can get a quick little update as to what happened in crypto last night. I don't think there's going to be much, but let's find out if we already cover it. ECB digital provider selection begins in Q1 2026. ECB is moving closer to a pilot program for the digital euro. Yeah, remember we covered that with Christine Lagarde's statements at the beginning of the year, still calling for 2027 to see how big of that rollout. But I think their first test program starts at the end of this year. What else we have here? Crypto lobby urges Senate to push crypto dev protection bill. Crypto lobby group Coin Center urges the U.S. Senate to committee on Tuesday to advance a bill that will prevent developers of crypto protocols from being prosecuted for their projects. Hell yes. You should not get arrested for writing code. Oh my God. Unless you're, maybe creating a deadly virus that's going to take over all the AI and, start a AI uprising. Maybe like that. Maybe something like that. Maybe we can write that in for AI. But for crypto, man, if you're trying to build a DEX or a SEX, you should not get punished for that legally. CFTC chair pledges to defend prediction markets from state onslaught. Michael Sleg, who chairs of the U.S. Community Futures Trading Commission under the U.S. President Donald Trump, said the agency will be responding to state-led litigation. Let's see, what else do we have? On this, prediction markets aren't new, and the CFTC has regulated these markets for over 2 decades. Sleg said they provide useful functions for society for allowing everyday Americans to hedge commercial risks. Useful functions. I love how they call that as useful functions. It's entertainment, for sure. It's entertainment. Okay. And obviously you can make a little bit of coin, but most people are not. We covered that last year. The average person's, only got a 3% chance to win against all the bots over there and stuff too. All right. ECB targets, 2027 digital euro pilot as provider selection begins in Q1. Pretty much already covered that, and that's pretty much everything we missed, it looks like. Stablecoins are not the only threat to the bank, says Cifalone. I think I pronounced that right. I don't know. The digital euro pilot is also intended to protect domestic European payments projects such as Italy's Bancomat card network and Spain's Bizum peer-to-peer system. Banks could lose their role as payments, and not just because stablecoins, but also due to the other private solutions, right? Like Bitcoin and everything else. Pointing to Europe's heavy reliance on international card networks like Visa and MasterCard. And obviously, we've been talking at great length about how Visa and MasterCard are looking at Solana, Sui, and Arbitrum, and all these other great projects to facilitate their network. What else we got? Anything else? That's pretty much it. Over there. All right. It's been a really slow news week so far, guys. So slow. Okay. ALM bot says social engineering drove 65% of crypto cases if probed in 2025. Moonwell hit by $1.78 million exploit as AI vibe coding debate reaches DeFi. We haven't heard about Moonwell in the headlines in a while. This is not a great way to hear about them, but let's see what this is about. Moonwell, a decentralized finance DeFi lending platform deployed on its base in Optimism, was exploited for about $1.7 million after a pricing oracle for Coinbase wrapped stake ETH returned a value about $1.12 instead of $2,200, creating a mispricing that attackers were able to use for profit. Moonwell said that incident post-mortem at the governance proposal executed on Sunday, it misconfigured the ETH oracle by using the CB ETH to ETH exchange rate alone, causing the system to report CB ETH about $1.12. The protocol said the liquidation bots and opportunistic borrowers exploited the mispricing, leaving roughly $1.7 million in bad debt. All right. I guess that's it. They found a little bit of a loophole there. Yeah, you got to get your shit. This is the second or third Oracle issue we've had in 4 or 5 months. That's terrific. That's terrific. Of course, that's what they're explaining away. The manipulation we had on 1010 was a bad Oracle as well involved. All right. Anything else going on? China's AI will shape crypto's future. Not feeling anything more of these. Peter Thiel's Founders Fund dumps ETHZilla stake as ETH treasuries face pressure. Okay, I'm over it. Let's take a look and see what else is going on in the normie news, and then we'll get back to, crypto news here in a bit.
So Applied Digital exited its NVIDIA stake. Applied Digital down 6%, but remember, NVIDIA also sealed a deal with Meta, we learned about today, to buy many, many more of its chips. Apple, those shares down 0.4%. Palo Alto Networks, one of the biggest decliners in the S&P this morning, down nearly 9%. They had earnings, they beat expectations, but I guess expectations were actually higher than they really were. And other 13F moves, both of these are based off of the moves we saw from Berkshire Hathaway. Amazon.com up 1.2%. New York Times down 0.8%. I won't give away exactly what happened, so please follow me over to the desk.
Who do we got?
To say that Matthew Palazzola, who covers Berkshire for Bloomberg Intelligence, joins us around the table now. So I guess these were the two big bets, right, that everyone was looking at.
Another Bloomberg analyst.
New York Times. Let's start with Amazon.
All right, I'm over it. Let's get back over here. I just wanted to see who they were going to have on next. CNBC, anything else over here? They're showing off silver on the commercials there. Speaking of which, let's see how gold and silver is holding up. Bitcoin right now sitting at 66,900. Again, 666 being retested probably here soon. We got a wick right now down to 669, 668. Again, the first point of support here. Let's take a look at the order books. I do want to check out silver before I lose my mind. 77 on silver on the leg up. Looks like it's finally coming back. It's finally coming back after coming down here and making a new new local low at $71. We have a new level of support for silver. What's going on with gold this morning? 4,900. Nothing really new or exciting here. I guess it did make it higher low, so I guess that's a good, within the last, couple weeks. But for the most part, gold's still kind of figuring out what it wants to do. Looks like it's about ready to break out. If it does break out, it's probably going to be back to about $5,000 an ounce by the end of today. And that's probably going to be right around there. All right. Anything else going on before we move back over? I do want to look at some other assets. Looks like Ethereum still struggling to get back above 2,000. Of course, Bitcoin, everything else is going to look exactly like Bitcoin's chart, right? Exactly like Bitcoin's chart. There's ZBEC, there's Jasmy, there's XCN, there's Swift, there's and Swift looks like it's just going sideways. What else we have here? We got Toshi on the board now from, just a few days ago. SWE, yep, everything looking about the same. SWE taking a nosedive this morning. Like I said, I picked it up once it broke about 98, 99. I started picking up some more SWE. All right, just little nibbles here, guys. I don't have that much money. I broke as a joke. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on with Bitcoin and its order books. What is going on for us today? What are we to be expecting out of today? Right. So we do have a little bit of support here where we're at. Again, 666 is going to be the area we're going to be looking at the most. And we haven't come down there to retest that area just yet, but it's probably coming here soon within the next hour, I'd imagine by 11 o'clock. The overall pressure, buying pressure, selling pressure is about the same. Inflows are pretty much locked in about $11 billion. Again, tooth and horns. Still locked in. At these prices. People are picking up though right now. Bam, they're sending it back. Holy crap. They're definitely going right now. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on with the key areas of support. What do we have remaining? And again, this is bringing you this for free is Kimba the White Snow Lion on YouTube. Kimba, bringing you this all for free. Don't pay for what you get for free, guys. You pay for everything in your damn life, right? You also pay for our Patreon. Yes, our Patreon's $15 a month. Don't pay for something else, guys. Don't pay for something else when you can get this on YouTube for free. All right, so yeah, looking at 60,000.